Hey, good morning, everybody. Today is January 10th, 2021, and this is going to be the first small account challenge update. I'm going to try doing this every weekend, do an update on how the small account is going. And I started off with $244 or $240, I believe, something like that. Many of you may ask why so small. A lot of people start off with 500. 200, I think, will be very challenging, and that's what I'm looking for, a challenge, because you're basically right up against a wall. You literally have nowhere to go but up. If you go down, you're done. So it's going to make me practice patience and only pick the best setups that I find. And so, yeah, we'll see how that goes for that year, or for the year anyways. Anyway, so first off, we'll start off that I finished the week up $34. You can see I made 94 on this one and 60, or lost 60 on this one. So I made 34, which is a total of 14% on the overall count so far. From a percentage basis, that's pretty good for 2 days. But let's do a trade breakdown. So something else I want to talk about is I am going to now only trade this small account only using the 10x bars on steroids indicators. This first trade, that was before I had that idea, but I thought to be able to show the effectiveness of these indicators that I use, I will use only one for the small account to show what it can do. So, but in this trade, I didn't do that because I wasn't the plan at the time. This one was a strictly opening drive trade. So like you see right here, like it says, this stock on the daily chart had a bull flag pattern that was breaking out. The market was strong. It was gapping up pre-market. I was waiting for the break of pre-market high. I entered about some 51 calls. I'll have to look. So slightly out of the money calls. I was looking to scale at the 618 level, and it popped right through. I exited right there, and then once we slowed down right here on the tape, I closed out the position. Obviously, it went higher, but there was no way to tell, and like I said, snap is a quick mover too, so it could easily just crash all the way back down. But with it being a small account, I want to take my quick profits and move on until we get some decent size on into where we could make a little bit bigger moves. But right now, it's about staying alive and growing the account. But you see, I bought 251 calls, so slightly out of the money if I bought it was down there. And then I sold it at 115 and then 130. So roughly about 70% overall in the trade in approximately 13 minutes. I'll go to the 1 minute chart so you can see broke pre-market, bought. Get my pen, make it a little bit easier. Entered the trade, scaled out the top before it went back down. Anyways, quick trade. Just looking to get quick little hitters on that one. All right, now Friday. Now this is when I decided I'm just going to use the 10x bars. So Uber was not very good. I stopped out on it. So on the larger time frames, green 10x bars obviously strong. It's been consolidating. It's probably in a squeeze, getting ready to fire. Went high. Usually when it's a high, gaps down, it will test a EMA before going higher. That's what I was looking for. So whenever I was looking at this, obviously all this wasn't here. You can see it was obviously went down. It's easy in hindsight. But, excuse me, sorry. On the 10-minute chart, got this buy arrow. So I entered. I was looking for it to break, and I saw it was forming this wedge. I'm like, all right. So I was looking for it to go back up. But the overall market got a quick flush down, which pushed it down, and then I stopped out when I broke that level. So that's when it gave me that $60 loss. You can see I bought two for 80 cents, which is 160 bucks, and I closed it for 50 cents, losing me 60 bucks. And you can see right here, entered and got out right before the flush. next is Coca-Cola. All right, I'm liking the way this one is looking. Now let's fix that. My initial risk, I was risking. I'm gonna risk about $50 until we get a bigger account. All right, so this one has a lot of things going for it. We have this huge drop off the top going down. And so we have support here, support there. I know those aren't the straightest lines. But anyways, it pierced the 21 bar low, which is this purple line right here. So right now it's at 49.52. So what that means is, let me clear the chart. That candle pierced it, but this candle got above it. So it broke the high of the low bar. So the low bar being that one, and it got above it. So that's on the daily chart. And also something, if you know volume spread analysis, so a huge momentum drop. I don't see any volume dots either, and I'll go over those here in a little bit. But if you're familiar with volume spread analysis, so you have a huge ramp up into support. And it closed on a bullish candle. And then if you break the high volume, the next day you break the high volume candle's high, that is a buy signal, and you put your stop at the low. So ramp up into support. Next day gets above it. You buy. You go along whatever way you want to do it. And you can ride higher. So, anyways, that's a bullish signal to me on the daily chart. Now over here on the 30-minute chart, which is what I'm playing here. So it ramped down into support, right? Bam. It's consolidating. Got a green buy arrow on the 30-minute chart. I wanted to wait to make sure that I see green arrows, which I did. Now, so once the first green bar closed, I entered on the second green bar. So I bought some calls, and I bought the. I'll go over here. Oh, actually, it says right there. I bought the 51 calls on the second green bar. Also, there's the buy signals right here. You see it right here. On the daily chart and on the 4-hour chart, you're seeing that there is buy arrows on those time frames. So that's what all this means up top. So just a quick review. All these are different time frames, like monthly, weekly, 4-day, 3-day, so on and so forth. That tells me what color the candles are. And then I can see in any of those time frames if there is a buy or a sell signal, which is those arrows. So, all right, back to it. Entered on the green candle. Now I'm targeting either around the 52 area and also the 5150 area. So that's what it looked like when I entered. And my stop is at the lows. Actually, I cover that too. So this indicator makes it really easy to pick where your stop should be. My stop is actually going to be the candle where it first got the arrow. I'm going to keep it tight. Now, if the arrows turn yellow or red, I'm stopping out as well. And this is what it looks like now. You see we're going up, and after I took that snapshot when I entered it, I was looking for where support and resistance at. There's going to be strong resistance at 5120-ish level and 5150. So if I get a pop into those levels, I'm going to go ahead and cut it because those expire, I think they're January monthlies. So those are all the trades in the small account that have been taken. And since it is, I'm only using the 10x bars, I want to take a quick second to explain what they are. That's not what I wanted. I'll just use it like this. All right, this is straight from the indicator class, and I did not create the indicator. They're created by Simpler Trading. John Carter teaches a class. If you don't know who he is, you should definitely Google him. He does some amazing things when it comes to trading, and you can learn a lot. So basically, if you see green bars, momentum is pushing higher, red bars pushing lower. No bar or yellow bars mean there is no conviction in any direction. All right, so this is what it looks like here on this chart. So we got a 30-minute Qs chart. Obviously going higher. Green 10x bars. Momentum's going higher. Starts to slow down. Oh, got red, yellow, or slowing down. All right, cool. Now we got yellow. You see, it just chopped sideways. No momentum anywhere. You got your first red one. All right, now we're going down. You can see there's never really. It's like green, red, green, red, green, red. It pittered here, and then you can see it quickly started chopping afterwards. So it's a good sign of which direction things are going. Now, how does it work? So you hear ADX, if it's above 20, that indicates the trend is strong. Above 20, you got your green. Below 20, no trend conviction. Above 20, trend conviction going down. Now, how do you know, or if it's going to be green or red or yellow? So you have your DMI plus, which is the green, and DMI minus, which is, DMI negative, which is red. So if positive is above negative and the ADX is above the 20 line, you got green arrows. It doesn't matter what the DMIs are doing if the ADX is below 20, because there's no trend conviction, so it's yellow. Now, if the DMI negative is above the positive, and the ADX is above 20, you get your conviction going down. So that's how that all works. And I want to give y'all guys, or show you guys, a few examples of what John has done with it, because I think it is worth the share and definitely sparked an interest in everyone. And also, this indicator comes with, I should cover this, volume dots, which I find very helpful. So here's an example. So all those, so if you're familiar with chart patterns, so right here, here's basically a flag, right? Whenever you get a breakout, you want to see volume. Those volume dots are greater than 50% volume in each thing. So if you see a breakout with no volume, it's more than likely going to be a head fake. So it gives you conviction. It lets you know that there's fuel in the tank and the direction that it's going. And if you've been trading follow, you understand that. You want to see volume in the direction that you want it to move, especially if you're a momentum trader. All right, I'll show you a few examples here. And right here, this is Apple, back when it was only $255. All right, green, consolidating breakout. Look at all those volume dots going in, pushing it higher. Fuel in the tank to push it higher. Oops. Sorry if you hear my kids. It snowed last night, so they're going crazy outside. All right, and here's an example of how those volume dots can work. I hope. Oops, I have the eraser for some reason. All right, like it says right here, peer to next perspective. Tesla rallies into resistance. Boom, into resistance. No conviction, no volume dots, right? What do? You sell resistance, right? If you have your stop above the top, and it rolls over back down, and you see the volume dots in it. And what's even funnier looking at this is Tesla at only 312. But so that was a setup that John traded. He caught it. He bought only 2 days expiration puts on Tesla and made a quick $8,000, all from that. And I don't know about you guys, I think it really takes a lot of the noise out. I'll show you all another example here. All right, in this one, in the class, he talks about, he did this where he, as in John Carter, took this trade while in Las Vegas at a live seminar or something. Anyways, he said he bought that green candle, stop is at this low, and just went sideways waiting, and then eventually it popped up and he got out at the fib extensions up here. And this is the results right here. Made $37,000 on it. And then at various different ways, from credit spreads and long calls, etc. And see 15-minute chart. He also talks about in the class how you could add it with the squeeze, and where he says like consolidating in between the 786 fib level and 100. You got the green buy arrow. As it was consolidating, it was also still in a squeeze. And then it you have your stop at the low, and then wrote it up, and you got out at fib extensions. So basically, what I'm just trying to show you is how this indicator works. And I'm going to be only using this indicator for this small account to grow it. So we can see the true effectiveness of it, and my goal is to be very disciplined in it, only use the 10x bars for all trades. So anyways, and what are the few ways I'm going to do it? So let's find a strong stock, and I will show examples of it. So I'll either catch flushes like I did on Coca-Cola, where I flush into support or a ramp into resistance. I will be a basic support resistance play. So if support holds, I'll buy, stop at the bottom, so on and so forth, going to targets. Now another way to do it that I want to be doing it is, it's a strong stock. So like Snap is going pretty decent, right? So if I get a green buy arrow on this 30-minute chart while this daily chart is still green, or a green arrow is going to pull back to the 21 EMA and still ride that higher. I'm trying to find a better example of this. Like one I'm wanting to catch is pizza. Again, I traded this earlier. Here is a good example of it too. I'll go ahead and go over this. A few weeks ago, if you didn't see my Instagram where I said I was going to get into the inverse head and shoulders, and then here's the neckline. I was looking to enter the squeeze, but I was still hesitant on it because of this resistance. But once it broke out, I waited and waited for this test right here, and that's where I entered. And then got out at this top, and it offered a chance to re-enter again, but I missed it. And then you see these blue dots. That means greater than 50% volume is going into that rally. So there is fuel pushing that price action higher. So now what does that mean? What I'm wanting? Well, now that it is so extended, what I would like to see is price to either consolidate or pull back to this support line. And then over here in the 30-minute chart, I would like to see either a green buy arrow once it comes down to this 190, or sorry, this 9064 level right here, which is this line right here. If it comes down, test it, and I get the green buy arrow, I will buy some calls. Or if it consolidates some more, and the arrows turn green again, then I will buy calls again and go right it higher. So basically, that is the plan with this small account. If you have any questions, please write them in the comments section below. If none of that made any sense and you need me to clear it up, once again, just write them down in the comment section and I'll answer them. If you found this video helpful, please like the video, subscribe, share to anyone that needs help growing a small account. Maybe this will help them see what they could do. And thank you very much for watching, everyone. Y'all guys have a great day.